Violence, narcotics, firearms, and brutality. The Mexican cartels are one of the most dangerous crews in the world, and if you get on their bad side, they can become some of the ruthless people to come into contact with. On the split side, we have TikTokers, who have gained millions of followers overnight and are on the move to do wacky stunts to get more attention. So what exactly happens when these TikTokers get on the wrong side of these drug lords? In the world of social media influence, the lines between fame and infamy can blur quickly, especially when recklessness meets the ruthless. This was vividly illustrated on July 7, 2022, when Rodolfo Marquez, a Mexican influencer known as Fofo Marquez, disrupted the everyday flow of Guadalajara with a stunt that not only blocked a major bridge, but also drew the ire of one of Mexico's most fearsome criminal organizations, the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. Born into luxury on July 15, 1997, Fofo Marquez's life was anything but ordinary. His grandfather crafted shoes for dignitaries, and his father was a co-owner of a prominent gas station chain. This affluent background paved the way for Fofo's flashy social media persona, which revolved around luxurious cars, elite nightclubs, and a lifestyle many could only dream of. His ostentatious displays on Instagram earned him over 3 million followers, but his ambition for greater fame led him to TikTok. On that notable day in July, Fofo decided to take his brand of flamboyance a step further by orchestrating a blockade on the Matute-Remus Bridge in Guadalajara with 3 luxury cars. He exited his vehicle and began filming the ensuing traffic jam, arrogantly proclaiming, "We've closed the fort ourselves. This is what I want to demonstrate, what money and power can do. Literally, I closed it here because I wanted to." His brash display did not sit well with the public, and it certainly caught the attention of the CJNG. Before getting into the consequences of Fofo's actions, it's crucial to understand the adversary he unknowingly provoked. The CJNG, led by the notorious Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, aka El Mencho, is not just a criminal group. It is a sophisticated, violent syndicate involved in extensive drug trafficking, arms dealing, and brutal enforcement tactics. Starting as a minor faction, CJNG quickly rose to prominence through shocking acts of violence, including the public display of rival gang members' bodies along highways. The backlash from Fofo's bridge stunt was swift and severe. The video went viral, drawing widespread condemnation and leading to his TikTok account being banned. The mayor of Guadalajara threatened legal action, forcing Fofo to issue a public apology and commit to community service. However, the real threat materialized through a chilling message from the CJNG. An anonymous social media account posted a warning purportedly from the cartel, stating, "Hello to all the people of Guadalajara. We are the Jalisco New Generation Cartel. We will not allow this animal to get away with this. Not even your money would save you from us." The gravity of the threat left Fofo in a state of paranoia. He retreated to his family's mansion, which soon bristled with armed guards. Fofo's life became a shadow of its former flamboyance. He avoided windows, fearing sniper attacks, and was constantly accompanied by a security detail. His online activities dwindled as he grappled with the constant fear of retribution. Months passed, and while Fofo gradually resumed some semblance of public life, the incident had irrevocably changed him. The encounter with the CJNG served as a brutal reminder of the limits of wealth and influence when faced with the ruthless power of one of Mexico's most dangerous cartels. Which brings us to the case of Juan Luis Lagunas. Juan Luis Lagunas Rosales, better known by his internet alias El Pirata de Culiacán, translated to the Pirate of Culiacán, was a figure who captured both the fascination and caution of millions. Born into adversity in Sinaloa, Mexico, a state notorious not just for its natural beauty, but as the stronghold of drug lord Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Juan's early life was marked by the absence of his father and the limited means of his mother. Raised by his grandmother, his childhood unfolded in a community overshadowed by the looming presence of narcotic empires. though his life was initially untouched by the world of drugs. Juan's journey into the public eye began after he dropped out of high school, seeking a better life in Culiacan, the capital of Sinaloa. Here, he found himself in various low-paying jobs, but these were not what catapulted him into internet stardom. Instead, it was his problematic relationship with alcohol. Despite being underage, Juan would frequently record himself consuming vast amounts of alcohol and share these videos on his YouTube channel. His candid displays of intoxication, mixed with a sense of humor, drew a massive audience. His social media platforms exploded in popularity, with his Facebook page amassing over 1 million followers and his Instagram following reaching around 300,000. Juan's fame opened doors to appearances in music videos and television shows, solidifying his status as an internet celebrity. However, his content also drew criticism. At just 17 years old, he began posting images that showcased a lifestyle filled with firearms, luxury cars, and parties with scantily clad women. These posts stirred controversy, particularly among older demographics, but Juan was not yet linked to any drug cartels. A significant turn in his career came when he met Beto Sierra, a social media management expert who advised him to shift away from alcohol-centered content and explore more sustainable ventures like launching his own merchandise line and attempting a singing career. Despite this shift, Juan's life remained fraught with risk. Juan's brash nature led him to openly challenge dangerous figures, including a notorious incident where he insulted Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, known as El Mencho, leader of the violent CJNG cartel. In a drunken video, Juan provocatively declared, "You know who I am, I don't fear you," a statement that was both bold and reckless. CJNG, known for their extreme brutality, issued a stern warning to Juan to avoid Jalisco, a state they controlled. Ignoring this, Juan attended a party in a Jalisco bar on December 18, 2017. That night, armed sicarios from CJNG stormed the bar and ended Juan's life with over 18 bullets from high-caliber firearms. His death was violent and quick, his body barely recognizable but for the tattoos on his arms. His tragic end was later chronicled in Rolling Stone magazine, highlighting the perils of his provocations. The death of El Pirata spurred another figure, known as El Chanito de Culiacan, to step into the limelight. Claiming to seek revenge for Juan's murder, El Chanito released a viral video where he and a small child, both armed, openly insulted El Mencho. This dangerous taunt mirrored Juan's defiance and ultimately led to El Chanito's demise. After initially playing the insanity card to escape retribution, he disappeared from social media. Confirmation of his death came through a grim Reddit post, which claimed to show a video of his execution by CJNG sicarios. The video, too graphic for public consumption, was quickly removed, but the message it conveyed was clear: do not cross El Mencho. But wait till you hear what happened with Leslie Ann Montenegro. Leslie Ann Montenegro, widely recognized by her online persona Nana Pelucas, was a vibrant Mexican social media influencer who tragically became a stark example of the dangers faced by those who dare to expose the dark underbelly of cartel operations in Mexico. Leslie's journey from a popular TikToker and YouTuber, known for her lighthearted content, to a poignant symbol of the risks of free speech in a cartel-dominated society, is both compelling and heartrending. Leslie's rise in the digital world was marked by her unique blend of humor and relatability. She became famous for her playful online character, donning a striking black afro wig, bold red lipstick, and oversized glasses. Her early videos featured her engaging with unsuspecting shoppers in supermarkets, posing trivia questions that both entertained and connected with her audience. Her approachable style and creative flair quickly garnered her a substantial following. As her platform grew, Leslie's content evolved. She began incorporating political commentary and makeup tutorials into her vlogs, but with a twist that kept her identity engaging and fresh. This shift wasn't just about broadening her content, but deepening her impact, drawing in an audience that was as interested in her views on societal issues as they were in her comedic sketches. The turning point in Leslie's career, and ultimately her life, came when she chose to use her growing influence to spotlight corruption within the Mexican government and the clandestine activities of local cartels, specifically the independent cartel of Acapulco. This group, though less notorious than others like the Sinaloa cartel, was deeply embedded in the fabric of Acapulco's violent landscape, implicated in numerous homicides and criminal enterprises. Leslie didn't just make vague accusations. She cleverly wove her revelations into her content, using humor as a veil for her daring exposés. Her videos began to stir considerable controversy, attracting not just a larger audience, but the unwanted attention of the very criminals she criticized. It wasn't long before Leslie's efforts to expose the cartel began to backfire. Threats loomed large, with ominous banners suddenly appearing around her restaurant, accusing her of collaborating with rival cartels in the government. These accusations were designed to isolate her, painting her as a traitor in the eyes of both the public and the criminal underworld. Despite the growing danger, Leslie remained undeterred. She continued to post content revealing the cartel's dealings, asserting that her information was sourced from credible insiders and that she held no allegiance to any criminal group. Her resolve made her a significant threat to the cartel's operations. On the evening of February 5, 2018, the consequences of her bravery caught up to her. Two men casually entered her restaurant under the guise of customers, ordered beers, and within moments, escalated their visit to a deadly attack. Leslie was shot 3 times in the upper body, her life brutally cut short in the very space she had built for her community. The aftermath of her murder was as shocking as the act itself. One of the killers, known only as El Pipas, was apprehended by Mexican authorities. However, in a distressing twist, the charges against him were inexplicably dropped by a judge, despite overwhelming evidence. This judicial failure underscored the profound corruption Leslie had aimed to combat, highlighting how deeply the cartels had infiltrated the system. Leslie's murder did not go unnoticed internationally. Her story, while tragic, shed light on the perilous state of Acapulco, prompting foreign governments, including the United States, to take measures such as issuing travel advisories.